Mr. Mitchell?
Here.
Signing that
On the cell phone.
Oh,
I'm here.
okay.
Hi, sir.
I was looking at the other phone, I said, he's somebody on that.
Other phone.
All right, item number 3, information discussion. Subject was legal opinion of the MOU. Need to have a recommendation move to allow the legal opinion from the district's attorney regarding the MOU to be made public. Need a motion? I'll motion it. Anybody else? Tony, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right, no second motion, so the item to release the legal opinion will fall due to lack of a second. All right, information and discussion, with subject B, a memorandum of understanding. This was asked by the couple board members to have an open discussion about the proposed policy pertaining to the MOU. It was presented last board meeting. And so I'd like to get some of your takes on this, if anybody has any questions or concerns, or like to make some amendments to this policy to make it move forward, or something that you found that needs again to be adjusted, or have some concerns regarding the policy.
Well, I think we talked about this memorandum, and there are many issues with this current memorandum that fly against legal opinion. They don't match up, and it might be better for us to turn away this memorandum of understanding and move forward with another policy that was presented from the policy that is currently in use by the Casa Grande Elementary School District. Their meet and confer policy that they have on record that I believe currently the Casa Grande Education Association is currently using, and I'm hoping they're happy with it. But I think maybe we can, the board can move forward with that document as a base template and have Mr. Hawes make adjustments to that policy as the board might feel necessary in order to make sure that we're getting the proper collaboration between the board and the administration and the CGEA and the teachers. I think that would help us more. That would give us in a more positive direction than trying to go back and redo the memorandum that was presented to us. So I guess that would be my, I don't know if we're making a motion or just making it.
Oh, there's nothing to vote on.
Yeah.
We're not voting, but I think we just need, maybe we just need to look at that at a future meeting and go in that direction. My opinion.
Okay. So is that something that you would like me to steer as the president, since that's just a proposal that I presented to the board, to you guys to look over? Would you like me to look at,
Sure.
give you some direction as to?
Right.
Okay.
I think we could. I think we could make. I think we could take that as the base working document and make that that something that we all feel comfortable with.
Okay. And if you'd like it, you can send me something that you'd like on the agenda.
Okay.
If you wanted to propose something.
All right.
though, I mean, going through all this, I think we need to, just, 'cause I think it's been said by Ms. Hawkins for the 2 years I've been here, and it's addressed by association, but I think we need to do a root cause on what, we've been saying, what is the voice? What is the voice? What are we looking for? I mean, so, because I think we need to define that, we need to put more details on what they're asking for. Like, on some of the notes right here is, that I have is, Ms. Hawkins, opened up that our teachers are not getting a voice. And so, what does that look like? I like to have, some, I mean, before we start changing things like that, let's make sure we're changing to what, to meet the voice that we're looking for. I mean, so, again, this is something that, I mean, I'm like you, I went home and going over everything we had, and so, but the voice, what does that voice look like? And so, I think we need to define that, and I think that needs to be more transparent, because I kinda have an idea, but it's been in hearsay, so let's define, let's put that on a piece of paper, and make it more defined of what the voice is. And that way we can construct, confer that best fits that.
So you wanna send me some things?
Sure, I mean, but I think we're gonna need some ideas from
No,
the
because
association,
because
from
we
teachers,
present, yeah, they presented, that's what they've done. They presented that to this, and so if there's something
I
that
think
we
we
don't
need
like.
more, I think we need more, have a little more detail with that, I mean, as far as.
Okay,
more
so
specific.
that's what I'm asking, what specific things can you?
I mean, go through all the facets we have different people as far as, certified, uncertified, we have budgets, we have what we're gonna do with pay raises, step raises. I mean, so that's what we're talking about, we wanna have a voice in different parts of the business, so what does that voice?
It's
look like?
right here, this is the voice. So I'm asking you, what voice are you trying to, because like you said, we need a policy, we need something, some fundamentals. Chuck came up with an alternative to this, and I'm
I
asking.
think across, hybrid is something that Chuck showed to the district in a little more detail, so we can bump it up in places that need it.
Okay, and so I'm saying that you're saying that there's a voice, and that's the underlying thing, so I need some ideas, or send some ideas to modify, or
No,
whatever it is, when you talk about a voice.
Well, and that's something I think we can, maybe send to you when we think about this a little bit more?
Yeah.
Because there's
Yeah,
gonna
we'll
be,
send this to you as we go through it.
because as
Another
policy,
thing
I'm
I
sorry,
think
Nancy,
that-
because as policymakers, we have to move something forward, we have to have something.
Right, no.
We've all identified that there's a problem,
There to be.
yeah.
And I think that we need to identify how many meetings, how often, how many meetings. There's nothing in here, because like, we've limited it down to like no meetings, so, make sure that there's a reasonable number of meetings, and I don't know. We probably have to refer to somebody else to see how many they have, but there's nothing mentioned here as far as the number of meetings that they have, when they would start, when they would end.
And sometimes those are interest specific.
Are you talking about which one are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about, it says that they will
The
do
one from
these
elementary?
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
I'm talking
document
about
that
that.
she's looking at.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
that's different than this one.
But,
Okay.
but to beef this up, to have a start and an end, when the meetings start, when the meetings end, how often we're going to have meetings, that type of thing,
Okay.
and what would be.
Will we have to wait for 2 readings of the policy before this can actually take, in effect?
Yes and no, usually you do present it for discussion, and then there's a reading of it, and then you vote on it. So if there's gonna be any modifications to the official presentation, or the one that was proposed last, meeting, that would have to be redone.
But, and then also, as well, for the sake of time, which is not on our side, trying to get all this stuff pulled off and do a process. Some of those things are guidelines, and we're kind of, and they're guidelines, unless there's kind of a time constraint or somewhat of an emergency situation. While this is not an emergency situation yet, we're definitely in some time constraints. The spring break is next week, and
What's that, Nancy?
Has meeting first started yet?
No, ma'am, because we're
No.
just kind of waiting on,
Yeah, we were trying to work on something to get moving forward, because the current policy, it just isn't working, and that's, to go ahead and start going down that policy would, it could be waste of time, or it could be doubling up our efforts, or what have you, so. All right, do you have anything that you'd like to say, Connie?
No, other than I think that this is really important to get started, even if it's not accepted as policy yet, if we can start putting together something similar to what the elementary district has, and that still falls under our current policy, just get the talk started, because I thought in the past we had, when it was working, we had started as early as February, and with insurance, et cetera, that things had kind of, yeah, we are behind the ball right now.
yeah, we're late, we're way late, way late. So, just some of my thoughts is if we want to use the elementaries as a framework, just to get started, and maybe if a board member would want to suggest that to Wes, to kind of start that process as a board policy,
I will make that suggestion.
then you'd have to go through the process according to the rules, which is send Wes an email, and then Wes and I talk about it, and we put it on an agenda, and maybe that be our framework so that we can get started. But Connie is right, you start to see some, I'm not trying to pressure you, you're starting to see some of the angst in my voice, because we're 2.5 months behind.
You got it.
Yeah, but, I'm just saying this wasn't a time pressed issue last time, so I'm just,
Yeah.
it's just interesting that now it's
Well, and I'd rather make it a good policy than
absolutely,
rush
yeah.
it through.
Right, and that's what I'm
But
saying, we can introduce
instead of
policy.
making it
anytime we
policy,
want.
couldn't you just start having the meetings with this as a guideline, with
I
the
can.
policy?
We have a policy in place, so
Oh, okay.
he can do whatever he wants. It's just, that's,
Yeah, but I don't wanna rush this.
no, that's what I'm
I'm talking
saying,
about-
we can talk
this is
about
what
this
he has
policy.
right now.
Yeah.
He can do, yeah, there's a current policy now that he can go ahead and do. But I had asked that we hold off on that until we start working on this.
Right.
But yeah, he can start up the policy that we have now. That's something that of course, we always can give direction to the superintendent, so.
So if you want us to begin, we'll begin. We probably won't begin this week because everyone's getting everything wrapped up to get ready for spring break. But we'll be looking at getting started the week after spring break.
I would say begin.
But even, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's what, I mean, we can ask superintendent to move forward with the current merit and confer process until we submit something else to be voted on. So, and then, again, that's all gonna come from, many different different sources, from Chuck, from Tony, and I'm sure the teachers association are gonna want to have some buy-in on this, as to what the next policy looks like, so.
You were saying something, Ms. Ozon?
Will board members be allowed to attend the meetings this year?
Sure, I don't care. If you want to come, come. Not
And is
bothering
there
me.
any reason why, why?
Well, you can always post it, it could be you can just post it, could be possible.
Yeah, so,
How many days would it be that's supposed to, maybe
24 hours.
Yeah, you just can't have 3, you can have 2, you can rotate. Doesn't
why
matter.
can't we have 3 if we post it?
If you post it.
If you post it, then it's your meeting, it's not my meeting. So then you would have to run,
No,
maybe.
if there's gonna be a possible quorum, then you just have to post it.
Rob, we got a lawyer in the room.
If you can post it, and then all of you could come. You don't have to conduct any business, you could just sit in the back and listen if you wanted to. But if you're going to discuss, if you really want to have a discussion of the board members, then you need to take minutes and post minutes and do those sorts of things. Probably easiest if only 2 of you attend any given meeting to avoid some of those wanted to have more of you than 3, you could do it, you'd have to take into consideration minutes and things of that nature.
But don't we take minutes anyway?
We do for our committee,
Right.
but that's about our discussions. Your minutes would have to be about your discussions.
But if we sat and just observed,
We all,
then there'd be no minutes required.
No minutes really to take.
Okay.
But you still have to post it so that the public knows that you're meeting and they have a chance to come and observe your meeting. So if 3 of you are going to be there, then you're opening up that meeting up to the world.
All right, any more thoughts, ideas, discussion?
And then we adjourn.
So we do understand that you'll start the current policy.
Yeah, we'll try to get going, we'll try to start sketching that stuff the last week of March,
Great.
after spring break.
All righty. Anything else? Nope. All right.
Adjourn.
You need to make a motion, right?
Yeah,
Well,
make a motion to
Move it.
adjourn.
I'll second